Hello, everyone. I hope you are well rested, well caffeinated, and have yourself a good night/day. How do you do? I am exhausted. How goes it, everyone? I hope your days have been well. I hope that things have gone your way today. Personally, I am in dire need of a nap. Yes, I did eat right before stream. I ate a turkey and cheese sandwich. I had the food. I'm tired, but good. What's got you tired? I'm always curious to know what's got people tired. I've been running a mile a minute since I got up today. I am sorry to everybody that the Discord stream didn't happen today. I was not home at all today. Had to deal with a couple more things to do with the car, because a couple problems arose once I got home, so yay. So I've been all over the place today and just running like a chicken with his head cut off. Show the Splatfest results on Friday, or have you already spoiled yourself? I hadn't spoiled myself just because I hadn't thought about it. I mean, by this point in time, you can tell me. I usually don't show, like y'all know me. I don't go on and show the Splatfest results on stream, like, because usually everyone's already seen them before I did. I'm planning on Friday doing Splatoon Raiders as long as nothing goes sideways with me getting my copy. Probably less sleep than I should have. That's why I'm tired. Lord, do I get that. I haven't been sleeping well at all lately. I don't know why I'm not sleeping well, but I'm not. I even went to bed earlier yesterday than I normally do. But, like, a lot of tossing and turning lately. It's been making things interesting. And not in a fun way. I don't know why. I wish I did. I would love to know why. I wish that, like, I could figure out why. But it just, I don't know. But I'm trying. I'm trying to get more sleep. I'm trying to get on earlier. But yeah, I'm trying to get on earlier. How's it going, Kerbo? How are you? I'm trying to get on earlier. I'm trying to go to bed earlier. I'm trying to get sleep so I can do all the stuff, because I know that peeps want to be able to see stream. And the best way to see stream is for me to be on early enough for people to be able to be awake for it. I almost said screw it and just said we'll reconvene tomorrow with everybody getting some sleep tonight. Because I don't know what's got me so tired. But a lot of 76, they added infestations now. They made the infestation bosses damn bullet sponges. I need to go back and play 76 more. It's been years. So apparently Game Freak had made a Diamond and Pearl documentary with beta stuff. When did they release that? I haven't seen that. I would like to see that. That sounds neat. Ugh. Lord help me. Yeah, I've had like no cool off time today. Every time I turn around, someone or something is pulling me away from whatever I'm doing or working on. It's been nuts. I keep thinking, we're good. No, we're not. But I do plan on playing more of this tonight. It was supposed to be released, but someone got a hold of the DVD that was made. Oh, so like it wasn't even supposed to. It was one of those things supposed to be like kind of like lost media kind of type deal, like not supposed to know it exists. Nothing. Thought it was kind of weird that they'd be releasing something like that right now, like instead of doing it during like uh Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl or something. It's like, why now? Why with Wind and Waves coming out? Why that one specifically? No, that answers my question. How's it going, Hawkeye? How are you? I hope you are doing well. I think I was the only member in this community on Team Power, but we clutched Tricolor and won Splatfest. So we're extremely close. Speed got second. Sorry, tactics. DM you a link to it. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Oh. The only thing that I really did of any note, aside from working on stuff for the car, getting a couple things here and there, and running errands, I did find, like, I did, like, one thing today that, like, was, like, me oriented. So I was in the area and having to wait for my car. Anyway, I wound up stopping in a couple of nerd shops, and I got an Ed Pop figure, which made me very excited, because the only pop figures I've been collecting that aren't Power Rangers recently have been the few Cartoon Network ones that show up. And I got this. One sec. Managed to come across this without it costing an arm and a leg, because I traded for it. Because we like to trade for things. Because trading for things makes things a lot easier to deal with. I got this. I have wanted this card for like at least 2 years now. I've been dying to get this card. And I never wanted to pay the price for it because it's expensive. So it used to be way more expensive. It's now like a $30, $40 card, but I didn't have to pay money for this. I traded for this. I was very excited because I had something that somebody wanted, and they're like, we'll just trade for that. I was like, oh, yeah. So now I need the other two, because all three of these have illustration art done by the same artist. I just love it because they're all spookily like, just like kind of like stalking you, which is like this weird, creepy kind of thing. And I love it. I just love the art of these. There's the other one. It's like a scene of like a horror movie, like you're being stalked by an evil force, and I love it. I love it. Let me get a good picture of the other one. There we go. There we are. Wait, no. Huh? And then there's this one. And then there's this one. It's like all three of them together are like super creepy. I love this art. This art has been some of my favorite for ghost Pokemon for a long time. Just look at that. I want all three of them. I'm not much of a card collector because I mostly if I can't play with a card, I usually don't care. But I have a soft spot for collectible ghost cards. You got an update? So yeah, I got the Dust Noir today, and I was very happy. of the three, it's the hardest to get. I traded an illustration rare I'd gotten from the newest set for it, and I technically made out with the better end of the deal on it. So I was like, yay! I'm 5. I'm very much 5. I have to check, but I might have the Dust Skull. If you have the Dust Skull, but like I got stuff to trade. I want the Dust Skull so bad. I love this art so much. Like, look at this. What do you guys think of this? I love this. I personally love this. It's like as you're being followed home, it's evolving. That's horrifying. Like, it starts following you out on the street, and he's just right there. He's just some little guy. Then all of a sudden, he's gotten into your yard. He's hiding behind the bushes. He's Dustclops now, and then all of a sudden you're in the house, and he's at your window. I'm just like, no. Oh, I love it. I love this. I want to have a complete set. I don't collect a lot of illustration rare cards, but ghost types I wind up collecting because I wind up collecting ghost rare ones because usually I get them after they come out of rotation, after they've been playable for a while, like after they're not being played anymore. I wind up catching them fairly cheap. Like I have a Litwick Chandelure Lampent set that I got for like next to nothing. I want to say like a couple of dollars a piece. I got a Spiritomb that was like $3 at one point. The only expensive ones I have of the ghost ones are the Delmises that I traded for, and when I traded for them, they weren't expensive, so I didn't trade expensive cards. They just skyrocketed recently because the deck's was the number 2 deck in the format right now. And a Bayonet, which was like 14, and then the Dusk Noir, which is like worth like $30-40. Which confuses me. My insurance has said for years my current share is too old to cover. Let's see. Got a wheelchair update today. So I haven't heard from a human, but I got an automated text message saying that the replacement batteries for my current share have been approved by my insurance. Huh. Well, it's a good thing that they got approved. At least it means they're coming. But yeah, so getting that card in Ed Pop today were pretty much like my big, like that was my me moment. I traded a card into a shop for another card. It was like, yay. And I lucked out because the reason why they traded it to me almost dead even was because they had someone who had been drastically looking for the card I had, and they're like, look, I got somebody who needs this, and they're a good customer of ours, we'll just trade you out even for the card. Usually I would have had to taken like, since it would be technically it would have been a store credit trade towards the Dust Noir, usually I would have had to take like a 30% hit on the card. So not having to take that 30% hit and pay money for it was definitely a plus for me. I feel very lucky for that. But I love these. You're just being spookily haunted. It's like, I see you on the street. I'm coming to get you. I see you made it home safe. I'm coming to get you. I see you're eating popcorn. I want that shit. Love it. Love it. Makes me happy. Makes me stupidly happy. But so how's everyone else doing today? Hopefully you get more information on that soon. Me hiding in plain sight. Lord help me. Now you just go be a spooky ghost. Just be like, surprise! And be like, oh shit! But no, I wanted that back during the last format, during the format that I was using Charizard in, because I was using that card in Charizard. I'm now using that card in well, I'm using the common version of it right now in Ghost Veil, or Hide and Sneak as it's called stateside. Um, been so seeing that I could finally have that version, I was like, yay! I know it's dumb. I know it's dumb, but I really like it. Because as I said, when it comes to collecting, I collect very few cards. I can play Raiders, so I'm doing good. Hi, Minda. How do you do? I won't be playing Raiders till Friday, because that's when I can finally get my copy. Okay, like, I don't know why everyone's doing this as soon as I go live, but I guess I'm going to change my settings. Mods, you're just going to have to find a better way to alert me. Because this beeping is happening too frequently. And it's in the cafe server. It do be neat though. Oh. So if we need to contact you, send carrier pigeons. Lord, help me. I left Cecile to skip Vic's stream to avoid spoilers too. See, I did too, because I'm usually lurking in Vic's stream whenever I'm working on stuff for the stream, but I had to avoid it because I didn't want spoilers. Dude! Look, I got something pretty. Bam! I traded for this today. It's pretty much the only thing I got to do with what little time I had with my to myself today. I had to work on more car stuff today. And do a couple other things here and there. But look, I got a pretty card. So my favorite art on a card. Avoiding Raiders live streams. Well, I'm giving everybody a heads up. I will be starting a Raiders live stream on Friday. And we're going to be doing it Friday and Saturday. I'm giving it tonight and tomorrow to keep playing. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Tonight and tomorrow I'm going to keep playing through this route. And then I'm going to start on Friday because I know that almost all my mods play Splatoon and we're planning on playing Raiders. So I was like, well, if I start this on Friday, I know that most of my mods will probably get it on Thursday if able. And because they'll do that, they'll at least be able to get further than I will be and be able to get ahead of me. So for chapter 3, not a lot actually happens on the weird route. Not a lot happens on the weird route. Chapter 2 is where everything happens that's major. In chapter 3, there's not a lot. And then in chapter 4 and 5, apparently there's a ton that happens. So if you're missing parts during 3, you're not missing a ton. Apparently, there's only 2 lines of dialogue that change, but you still need to complete chapter 3 to do it. The weird route in that one is essentially the sword route, which we've already taken in our good playthrough. What is up, Roger? How are you? For the record, you said Friday you'd play solo and Saturday with mods and viewers. Yes. Or at least I'm going to test out the multiplayer on Saturday, as long as it's not story locked. I don't know if it's story locked. If it is story locked and I have to beat the story first, then it'll happen after I beat the story. If it can happen during story, then I'm going to at least get as much as I can of the story done on my own, and then we'll go through it. Well, now I have to make that run to Best Buy tomorrow/today. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to. I wanted to give you guys at least a day to get ahead of me, because I know everybody usually gets these games on day 1. I'm assuming you're getting a physical copy. Yes. I've been hearing a few places around us have been shorted their physical copies, even pre-order copies. So I got to make sure my pre-order is actually there. Thanks, Saturday, I'm away on vacation. Damn. This joke, no worries, was already planning on. Okay. I was like, if I'm making a problem of this, I could push it back a little bit more. Have Mountain Dew Dunkin'. What are Mountain Dew Dunkin' Donuts? Yes, everybody coming in. I was excited for this card because this is like some of my favorite art in Pokemon, and they do this. You get stalked and haunted by a Duskull all the way through its evolution, and I fucking love it. I need to get the other two, but it took me over 2 years to get the Dusknoir, so there's no telling if I'm ever going to own the other two, because I don't go out of my way to collect cards. I mostly just get cards I can play with, so I usually get cheaper cards, but because I could trade for this outright is why we got this one today. Send a picture to you. Please do. I am curious. Because this sounds like something I would eat. But yee! They're so pretty. I love those cards. I love those cards so damn much. Y'all don't understand. Okay, cut the music. God, I'm tired today. I'm sorry that I am tired. I don't mean to be tired. I tried to get more sleep. I was having trouble sleeping. I don't even know why. Oh, I need to turn game sound back on. Why is it quiet? Because I haven't turned shit on. Is Kami will get further faster than anyone with possible exception of Nettie. Would not surprise me. Well, I don't know what Nettie's schedule is like, but I do know that Kami stays pretty busy. Plus, Kami does indie game streams during the week, so maybe, maybe not. Twitch, if anybody, for some reason, hasn't subscribed to Kami, I don't know what the hell you're doing. So, peeps, get links in the chat for Kami. Be home all day, so then yeah, no, Daddy will get way ahead. Okay, man, like I love weird green food and green drinks and stuff. I don't know how I feel about this donut. I do not know how I feel about this donut. Like, I would probably eat it. Let's just be real, I would probably eat it. But at the same time, I'm, like, afraid of this donut. Just woke up from passing out. You alright? Did you take a nap? I'm assuming you're alright because Kami's here. Because if you weren't, I doubt Kami would be here. So Best Buy is this slam because one of the nearby game stores closed and the other one is temporarily closed due to factors outside their control. So this will be interesting. Oh no. This is fine. I love taking it out. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I'm assuming because you're here, because if he wasn't alright, you wouldn't be here. Because I know that because if Mizu wasn't alright, I wouldn't be here. I was planning to use the Switch this weekend, may have forgotten the game was coming out. Yo. Yep. I thought y'all both had a Switch too. Because I remember y'all playing Mario Kart with us together. Only one. Oh yeah, it does make sense because the console's like stupid fucking expensive. Does... Wait a minute. The Switch 2 can't do sharing to Switch 1 with Mario Kart? Couch close. How purple and majestic they were. The dusty, the empty, such are the worlds, such as those. This can't... Ah, okay, that explains everything. Had to think about it for a minute. It's a vending machine. Toxic axe. Weapon. Smelly weapon. Saber 10. Sin type armaments. I think I actually already have that weapon. Flex scarf. Weaklings can flex 2. think Mario Kart allows for 2-player online on one console. I mean, honestly, it probably does. See, the only time I've used my console to play with multiple people, we're all just playing on one screen. Listening, I'm lucky if I remember my own, if I remember my own name right now. Lord, I understand that. Because like the only time that like I've ever used my console to play with multiple people on the same console, it's always just been we're all sitting on the couch, we've got friends over, and we just all threw down a Mario Kart with like the split screen. I need to double check and see what my gear looks like. I thought I grabbed. I thought somebody gave me the saber tin. Did I buy that? I thought somebody gave me that. How did I acquire that? Maybe I read it from right here. Stone. That's a meal for big shots. But non-TVs can eat it. Ginger guard. Okay. I'll go ahead and grab that. My husband played Donkey Kong Bonanza on Switch 2 because I'm the only one who upgraded. See, like that's how it works here. That's the reason why like it should have immediately processed that way for me in the first place, is because I let Mizu borrow my Switch to play Fortnite in bed or other things she wants to play. Mostly Mizu just plays Fortnite on my Switch 2, and she plays Splatoon on her Switch. That. It's gonna be easy to play Fire Emblem. Honestly, I think she'd probably like Fire Emblem. Jesus. But it kills the magic. Scarf made of strange strings for those that abandon healing. We'll try that for now. I will probably wind up changing that later. I should also refill my food items. No, I want to do that at the other machine. Skylar, you got 2 restaurants, the 2 of the same restaurant, same place. Don't go to that one. Go to the good one. Don't go to that Denny's. Go to the good one. I know for the sword route stuff, I don't need better equipment, but I'd like to have it for afterward. Ginger guard here. Here. Probably get some more ginger guard after this. But you can have the game shipped to you. The Best Buy store near me does that with pre-orders a lot. Enter. We've already gone through this dialogue. In this time alone, we gotta go do the game. We get to do the creepy game. Man, I know it's dumb. That's one of those like things that just makes me giggle. That scream just makes me laugh. Yeah, I have a single player game showing up tomorrow, so that is going to cause an issue having to share the Switch too. Which game is it? Someone from behind the curtain pushed you away. You felt something spiny stuck in your hand. Got the saber. Yeah, I did get the saber. I knew I got it. Did clip that for Indians. Still makes me happy. This guy does the autograph thing. For some reason, I keep getting recommended indie horror games on my feed. I blame you, Patch. Yeah! I've got a long list of them now that we're going to be doing after we finally get through all this. We've already done this. What's in here? Points to items. It's all TV slot. You get it cheaper getting it in here, so. And it's still 80 HP. 80 HP is good. Oh, Chris, look at you. A dressing room big shot. Cheers. Cheers. So how do you fancy the game, then? Righto. It ain't much, isn't it, love? Now, I knew you wouldn't like it. I knew, so listen up. You see, that game you've been playing, it's not exactly the original. Old Tennant's done a little something here, little something there. Made the whole adventure some big old blasted line from A to B. Primo, boring stuff. But if I know Chris, boy do I know Chris, that's not what you want, isn't it? Freedom, that's what you want, chum. Freedom. Well, if I can go hush-hush for a minute here. Chris, love, that's what we got backstage. The original game where you decide what to do. Alright, enough explaining, more gaming. I'll keep an eye out for Tina. Yeah, you go have some real fun, alright, love? This man trolls even his own wife. Shake my... Basically what dude was just telling me about the game he ordered. It was all a long troll about how he already ordered Raiders and I don't need to go to Best Buy. Such a look that look interesting. Yeah, I've seen some of the ones you've already sent me. And I've added them to my list. There you go. I'm sure you know, but secret to Tina, right, love? This game system. Looks like this is where all the characters in the board play. The controllers and system are all locked up, dentist office style. I remember those days. Act 1 schedule. Various names and times are written under it. Act 2 schedule is scrawled underneath it in red pen. This game system looks like this is where all the characters on the board play. This one's looks like a game console. Play it? Yes. Oh, death. No controller. Controller. Seems there's a controller falling on the ground. Pick it up? Yes. Odd controller was added to your key items. Gamepad no one wanted to use. The buttons are ugly pink and yellow. Looks like a game console. Play it? Yes, I have a controller now. That's something I never have to worry about. I always have a controller. I have too many controllers. Raiders is a belated B-Day gift for me. Ah. That's how we never see the title. Just a little guy. He's fine. Just a little fish dude. He's also fine. Him just a little guy. Him not do nothing. It's fine. Little dudes everywhere. It's all fine. Now, see, what's trippy about this, I put this together right before we went live with the right before we went live with the weird route. This is how I this chapter, this spot right here is where I figured out how the weird route works. Because for people that don't know, what this basically winds up doing is acting kind of like a guide to make the weird route activate. Which makes me wonder if just not enough people knew about it when it was originally made. Sword. Because to progress this stuff, you have to do all the killing, which we had not done any killing in the original. I was worried about how to go about that in this. And I found out you don't really have a choice. And as you kill more things, more stuff starts to become aggressive. Which makes sense. They're like, you're killing our peeps. Stop doing that. Rangers is blade. Eat a gift. Well, yeah, we saw how they weren't dealing me any damage earlier, and now they are. These flowers weren't attacking earlier, and now they are. Food for me. He was just mind his own business. Somewhere. A lot of summons we missed. Nope, out. Now we're strong enough to be able to break this. Yeah, everything you get rid of just perma goes away. We're gonna go this way, need to double check something. But I love these sections, even if they do give me kind of existential dread Because we're going through and just killing all the peeps. You know? Good night and take care. Have a wonderful night, dude. Again, I'm sorry for being so late tonight. I'm working on it. I will get it. Wait, what? Became stronger. Okay, so we've killed everything. So this way we go. This part originally was blocked off to us. We can't hit the bird. Oh. What's up, MT? Huh, blue bird. Wonder if there's any correlation to anything. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, we're in. So I remember being unnerved doing this the first time I played through it. Now I know what everything means. And I'm not unnerved anymore, but I'm not happy. But what trips me out more was that I called it. Need to wait and see where he flies because I can't risk getting hit. Also the what? There it is. You got the ice key. That is not at all ominous sounding. Where's the movie dropping? Chris, how was it? Lots of fun. Maybe I had a little extra taste of that. You know. Well, regardless, Tina almost came in. Gotta be extra careful next time. Control both dub and sub. Ooh. Welcome back, Chris. What the hell took you so long? Playing games. Really? Hey, maybe we should play too next time.
That's okay. I'm not really good at games.
Anyway, let's hurry up and get the hell out of here. I wonder why Tina doesn't want to save this. I mean, when we get further into it, it starts to make sense as to why. Because, okay, so we have Spampton, right? And Spampton and Tina were friends, right? So we know this. We know that these two were friends. We know that these two interact with each other a lot. They may have been more than friends. We don't have confirmation on that, but it's hard enough implied that they probably were. So we have these two. They know each other very well, so on and so forth. And we know that there is some kind of force that basically drove Spampton to losing his fucking shit. And there's a certain motif that's been going around for a while in these games. I talked about it during the good route at the very end of chapter 4, which is the friend character, which is the weird cat creature amalgamation thing that we see at the start of this chapter, that we also though see in chapter 2 in the good route. You can get jump scared by him, by a little version of him that shows up. I remember it scared the flying hell out of me when I ran into it. It was not okay. It didn't do anything. It did nothing, but it scared the bejesus out of me. And I remember when we saw the fight at the end of this route with at the end of the sword route, that it freaked me out. Pretty hardcore. This is where we first see this cat. And this cat we start seeing a lot of, or at least a creature that we see creatures that are cat-like with the friend face, which is the pink and yellow eyes and the weird creepy smile. Now, this has further attachment to Spampton because Spampton also has the pink and yellow eye motif. The controller we just picked up has the pink and yellow button motif. Like, this thing is everywhere. And I, like a lot of people, like, the thing is called Friend apparently in the game files. It's how he gets his name. Now, a lot of people have said, well, maybe Friend's just like one of these red herring things that Toby Fox puts in. Other people have, like, giving it everything under the sun, of it basically being like some kind of a god. What I think is that this is another entity similar to Spampton, similar to Jevil, similar to the Knight, all the secret bosses that we fight. I'm predicting the reason why we need these shadow crystals is we're going to have to fight this thing next. Where the Tail of Hell belongs to Friend. Tail of Hell? Talking about the Jevil item? Because, like, the item we get from Jevil, Jevil literally turns into. But what I'm wondering is if this entity is something that is paying attention to the dark crystals. A lot of stuff that like involve either A, acquiring the dark crystal, or B, have some kind of association to a dark crystal is where we start seeing friend the most. So hybrid version of their species. No, the tail of hell is mentioned. Oh yeah. That could be a thing as well. I'm wondering if the reason why we need these crystals is to fight friend. We need it and the shadow mantle to fight friend. Whatever Sham's going to make the crystals into. That's my current prediction, is we're going to see this thing next chapter. And I'm wondering if the reason why we're going to see it is because what I think is that it's hunting the crystals itself. I think it's hunting the crystals, and it learns that if it follows you around enough after you take the first one from Jevel, because we don't see it in chapter 1, we see it in chapter 2. I'm wondering if us taking the first crystal, us getting the crystal, is what woke it up. I'm wondering if us getting the crystal woke it up to our presence and to the crystals now floating around and not in their normal places. And I'm wondering if friend is there following us, trying to get us to take the crystals, because for a reason he can't. Because anytime we see him, he's not corporeal other than in the video game world. So I'm wondering if he's an amalgamation that is trying to get us to get the crystals, and if we get the crystals and combine them to whatever they need to be combined into, if maybe they will maybe they'll be something that gives him a body, or makes him more solid, or gives him power. Hey, how many shadow crystals do you have right now? My friend was saying something about you not getting a shadow crystal from Spamton on B-side. I did. I gave it to Sham. Because I had someone who showed up and said you don't get the crystal, which I didn't see myself get it, but I had it in my inventory after I beat Spamton. I gave it to Sham. So I have 2 as of right now. I was told by somebody in chat that you don't get the shadow crystals if you do the weird route, which is obviously wrong, because I got Spamtons and I'd already gotten Jevels. Which Jevels you get because like it doesn't really count as weird route until chapter 2 anyway. But yeah, no, like I can, like, you can go back and like check. I did give him a crystal, because I said it, and the dude who told me I couldn't get them was like, oh well, I didn't know you could get those. So like they, like, even they had confirmation. I'm not sure if that's your friend or not, but yeah, no, I got that one. It didn't give me any kind of prompt saying I had it, but I did get it. It's a convincing replica of your favorite cactus.
Chris, are we all ready to start round 2?
Ready. TV-tastic! Then let's rock and roll, folks! Welcome back, everyone, to the show that'll make you scream at your screen. TV time! Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, the gushing pillar of darkness that gives us all form, Dark Fountain! Now available in unsettling obsidian and pulsating rainbow. Man, it's hard to keep track of Tina's voice because I have to channel my inner Kane a lot for Tina. Now, Mike, the board, please. Slather on that sunscreen, everyone, because today's second and final board will be an aquatic adventure to a desert island. That's right, an all expenses paid trip to a beautiful tropical paradise. Can I bubble then? Wait, what? Didn't you know you watched Digital Circus? Oh, I love Digital Circus. Watched all the way through it. Like, I was excited for Digital Circus before it came out. I wasn't someone who watched a lot of, like, glitch production stuff, but I did pay heavily attention to Digital Circus. I called the Soma theory for that, like, episode 1. And then, like, when the final chapter came out in theaters, my roommate and I actually went to see that opening night. Personally, I liked the ending. I liked how they handled it. I liked how a lot of the stuff happened. Like, I know a lot of people were very upset with, shit. Alright, go ahead and say this once. You got, like, 30 seconds. I'm going to slightly well, not I'm going to more to slight. There's going to be spoilers for the end of Digital Circus coming. You got 30 seconds to find somewhere else to be if you don't want to be spoiled. Because there was a lot of controversy over the ending. And I personally liked it, but I also have to discuss it. Be back in a bit then. Alright. Run, Blade Raptor, run. Get about like 5 minutes. I was like, wait, because I almost ran right into that. And I was like, man, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy. Damn, that's going to be mean. No. Okay, so, like, everybody good? Everybody good? Everybody who's still here? Beware, I'm going to be talking about the ending of Digital Circus. If you haven't seen it yet, because it is out on YouTube now, and you can watch it, but I do know that people got busy lives and might miss it. I'm going to be discussing this. Okay, so, everyone good? Everyone still here? Awesome. At the end, when we have the moment with Jax, I'm still going to try to do this without, like, hitting too heavy into everything. When we have the ending with Jax, where Jax goes poof, basically. A lot of people were upset. Go support the indie studios, guys. Honestly, do it. Do it. It's the reason why I went to see it in theaters. I knew I didn't have to worry about much of spoilers here for it, but I went to see it in theaters because I wanted to support the indie animators for that one. That's the entire reason why I went to theaters too. Usually I just wait because I'm poor. Have to call it a night now. Have a wonderful night, Nettie. Take care and pleasant nightmares to you. Okay, so Jax. There's not any way I can discuss this without spoiling it. So, Jax abstracts. A lot of people were really pissed off about how that happened. It was rough. Because everyone expected it to be like some grandiose display, if we're to have like some grand send off of it. Because a lot of people were predicting it was coming. Many of us were predicting it was coming. But when he goes, everybody gets like super upset about the fact that we didn't get like to watch it happen. That he just, one moment he's there, and the next moment we just see his abstraction running around, losing his stuff, because there's like a time skip of like a day. But for people that don't know, who haven't pieced it together yet, abstraction is it's a metaphor or a stand-in for game over. For self-game over, to put it at its simplest. Fuck it. It's a serious enough topic. It's a serious enough topic. I think it actually deserves like the actual fairness of what it is. It's a metaphor for suicide. That's what it is, and it's rough. But I liked how they portrayed this, because they didn't portray it as some grandiose thing, as some massive attention-seeking thing, or anything else that the media likes to portray that as. He walks off and he leaves because he feels alone, like a lot of people do when this kind of thing happens. Also, if we can get like numbers to hotlines for that in chat, I would appreciate. If you need help, seek help. But he goes away and the abstraction happens. That's how it happens a lot of times. That's how it happens a massive chunk of the time they wind up doing this in this fashion. It's not meant to be grandiose. They don't want to make a show or display of it. They're hurting in ways that are unimaginable, and they feel alone, so they wind up alone when it happens a lot of the time. And I like the fact that it wasn't treated as a spectacle. I like that they handled it in a way that, in my personal opinion, from someone who's been in some dark places in his life, seemed very realistic and very fitting to the scenario, because like that's how that shit happens. I know a lot of people were pissed about how that happened. I know a lot of people were pissed that when Pomni goes to face the abstraction, that she can't save him from it, because that's the turning point of which there's no return. Pomni tries her hardest, as a lot of people do. Like, especially when you walk in on someone who's basically gone, you will try everything you can to try to bring that person back before it's too late. But a lot of times it is, from someone who's also gotten to see that. It's sad. It hurts. And the ending, though it has happy notes, it is a sad ending. It's meant to be, because it's meant to show what happens with mental health and how it affects people, and what happens to people not only that are hit with it, but the people who have to see what happens afterward. I loved how they handled things with characters like Gangle, which was sad because somebody was gone, but was also voraciously mad because of the person who's gone was a person who tormented them from the start to finish. I liked how they handled a lot of how this went down. They handled it very well. Is it perfect? No. But it is really, really good on how they handle it. They handle it tactfully and tastefully the entire way through, from start to finish. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough that if I had the money, I would have gone and seen it in the theaters a second time. It was good. I thoroughly liked it. The ending gave me everything I wanted at the end. So when asked how I feel about it, I loved it. I personally loved it. It was really good. I'm out of spoiler territory now. For everybody who's just coming back in, I'm out of spoiler territory. But it was good. It was good. It was well written. It was well done. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would tell anybody who hasn't seen it that likes the series to go watch it. And just enjoy it for what it is. Like, it was a really well written story that that is not for the faint of heart and hits a lot of dark places. I also thought it was great. Oh, see, me and my roommate, we loved it. We talked about it for like a week straight. I know a lot of people online were like losing their shit about it, and I was like, did we watch the same thing? Now, something else, I rewatched the series from start to finish before going to see the finale at the theater, just to make sure I was caught up on everything. So I already knew most of the stuff. It was already still fresh, but I still wanted to do it just in case. I was thoroughly impressed with it. I think it was a very fitting ending. I think that it wraps up the series nicely, and I think they did a phenomenal job. And from someone who's been to dark places in his life, I appreciated the movie for everything that it was, or the series for everything that it was. Why is it the best media always has to hit dark places? Look at you, Amori. See, I love dark media. It's why I'm enjoying this side of this story. I love dark media. I love media that like just goes like all through us. It's kind of a reason why I actually... Okay, so for people that know me, I am a Saw fan. I love horror movies, and I like the Saw franchise. I hate the newest movie. And I've liked all of them. Even the ones that are bad, I've enjoyed. I do not like the newest movie. I don't like Saw 10. I don't, at all. We just watched it the other night. I was upset about Saw 10. I was upset. Why? Because they make... Like, they always try to make it sound like Kramer isn't technically a bad guy because he doesn't technically kill anybody, but he's batshit. He is batshit. He takes things to extremes, in which is just astronomical. He takes things to extremes in a way that he really, really fucking shouldn't at all. He's a dick. He is. I love him because he's a dick, but he's a fucking dick. And in the 10th movie, they try to make him seem like a hero throughout everything he's dealing with in the last movie. Like, I mean, that's putting it broadly. I know that it's not, they don't exactly try to make him into a hero. He's still fucking Jigsaw. But like, there's so many things that are out of character for John Kramer because, spoilers, though you'll notice if you've seen a single trailer for this movie at all, it's a flashback. It's a flashback movie that takes place in between 2 and 3. And you have to have seen 2 and 3 to understand this movie and understand everything that's going on. Yes, let's humanize the serial murderer. Yeah, they go through hyper heavy lengths to try to humanize him. They do that throughout the entire series, but they do it really badly and really poorly in this one, and there's a lot of things that like just don't land with this movie because he is taken so out of character. There are some things that are in character for him, but for one, he makes mistakes, and they try to play it up like, oh no, he planned this exactly the way it went down all along. No, it is. I hate when this is a problem I have with media in general. I gotta get on my soapbox for a minute. Ooh, I have one thing I absolutely detest when it comes to smart characters in media, when it comes to geniuses in media, and it was something I liked a lot about how Saw was usually handled. I like when you have a smart character that they are smart, but what defines their intelligence isn't the fact that everything always goes exactly to their plan and they plan for every stupid little fucking thing that the humans can do. It's when the humans do something that fucks up the plan, that it messes up what they had planned. They throw a wrench into the machine, basically. And the intelligent character, the one who's supposed to be the brilliant genius, doesn't go, ha, I predicted that, it was all according to plan. No. That's not how that goes. What they wind up doing is adapting to the situation. When they adapt to the situation and make the plan fit, even though they've had to change things around, they adapt constantly. They can quickly say, oh, well, that wasn't part of this, so let me run this back and do this instead. Let me, like, they either A or B have backup plans or contingency plans, or C, even without a backup or contingency plan, can work on the fly. Sort of like Light Yagami. Yes, or I can't remember his name now, but the genius from The Watchmen. He had so many things in his plan constantly go wrong, and he adapted to each thing and still made sure his plan met the ending that he was trying to make it do. Every time something changed, he didn't predict it would change. He's not like, oh, I predicted that and I had something for you. No, he adapted to a situation. And I love that. I love how that's handled when they do that right in media. What I hate, and they did this in Saw. They did this in Saw for a long time. There'd be lots of things that John wouldn't necessarily plan for, but he would be able to adapt to and work with. And this is how his plans are supposed to work anyway, because his trap will either A, kill somebody, or B, they'll escape and they'll have learned a lesson and been reborn. That's his whole thing. That's his whole shtick. So there's always an unknown in any plan that he already has. Especially Batman, turn my eyes back to the screen and hear contingency plans that automatically think Batman. I've been told I'm Batman because I have contingency plans for a lot of shit. But I also like the fact that I'm not the smartest person on the planet, not by a long shot. I am just mildly above average intelligence, and I can admit this. In my personal opinion, saying that, I feel like I'm talking a little too highly about myself, but I get yelled at when I say otherwise. So we're gonna go, I'm at least slightly above average intelligence, and I like to think that I'm usually pretty good at adapting to my situation. When things go wrong, I can usually, even if I don't have a plan for the going wrong part, I can usually adapt and reroute relatively easily. When you live in my family, you kind of got to be able to do that. So yeah, John Kramer usually does this. He adapts and evolves and keeps going with whatever he was trying to do, but by doing so, meeting with whatever the new obstacle is. He didn't plan for that new obstacle, but he can figure out how to deal with that new obstacle. He does predict a lot of stuff, but at the same time, he's still constantly moving and adapting to new obstacles. Yeah, talking about Jigsaw. In the newest movie, which is a prequel, which happens in between 2 and 3, where we see some of his better work, he doesn't adapt to shit. He has predicted the entire outcome from start to finish. It seems like he's getting screwed over constantly. We know, the audience, that he has to have a plan for it, but we don't know that he has to have a plan for it because this is how his characters always worked. We know he has to have a plan for it because it takes place in between 2 movies that happened like 15 years ago. We know. We know. We know he's going to survive the situation he's in, that everything's going to work the way he wants it to in the end. They basically have him, what is Sister Sage? He's like Sister Sage from The Boys. Which is someone who's like, I predicted that, I predicted that, I predicted that, I predicted that. And the second she doesn't predict something, boom, she has thermonuclear meltdown and becomes completely useless. That's essentially the situation you see yourself in the new Saw movie. He has predicted the entire outcome. He knows exactly what everyone's going to do. He knows exactly who's going to die at the end. He knows how it's going to work. They try to play it off like he doesn't until he just out and out fucking says it. And he does. He predicts everything. Like, there was no need for adaptation in this at all. They planned it down to the fucking letter. And I called it. I knew that's how they were going to do it. Because we were watching through, and it is so heavily telegraphed. Like, it's kind of like when you have Batman. When you have Batman, Batman has contingency plans because he knows shit's going to fuck up his plans all the time. This is like Batman fighting the Riddler. Batman is going to figure shit out and constantly adapt when he's wrong. That's what makes him intelligent, is that he can adapt and correct and fix. Versus Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler, anytime you see him and he's confidently doing something, he's predicted everything to the letter. And this is usually what winds up being his downfall, too. You can say the ability to adapt is very underrated. It is! So yeah, no, I got so mad about the freaking 10th Saw movie, because I'm not going to go like hyper spoiler territory, other than the fact that, like, he predicts everything and of course he gets the thing done. This isn't really a spoiler because, as I said, if you've seen the first trailer, you know that John Kramer is alive in this movie, which means it has to take place in between 2 and 3, which means whatever the outcome is, he has to get whatever he's planning done because of that, which already takes a big part of this out. I think they should just let John Kramer stay dead. I actually really liked Spiral. I know a lot of people don't like Spiral, but I fucking love Spiral. And one of the things I love about it is that the guy is a copycat killer. He's not a disciple of John Kramer. Guys, I know you've had to give me this talk before, and I'm going to send it right back at you. You were smart as hell. I mean, pointing at you. It even is pointing at me. I don't feel like I'm that smart, because I know I have intelligence. I know that I am smart because I constantly read, I constantly study, I constantly learn. But the reason why I have trouble viewing myself as intelligent is because everything that I can do, I promise you, everything I can do, everyone in this fucking chat can do that. I promise you, everything I can do, y'all can do. Barring, in some cases, physical limitations, y'all can do everything I can do. I swear it. I swear it. All it takes is just a little bit of time to focus it down and do the thing. Because I know everyone here can do everything I can. But the stuff I do is not hard. It's just time-consuming and taking the time to learn it. which I know with a lot of people just don't want to take that time into that. Well, but almost anybody on the planet has the capacity to, whether or not they have the determination to. I like to think more of the fact that my intelligence isn't really intelligence, is the fact that I am determined as fuck. I don't think my cats can stream. They don't have thumbs. I've seen many a successful cat stream. They don't need thumbs. They just need a willing participant to use their thumbs. So for me, I think it's more the fact that I'm just more determined than a lot of people. I'm more determined to have a way bigger fuck you attitude than a lot of people. Fuck you, I'm gonna do it anyway attitude. Intelligence is subjective, except what Kabi says is objective. I appreciate it, but I'm telling you, for me, for the most part, it's just the determination to do it. The drive to do it is a lot of what my stuff is. Because anyone, it's kind of like what Gusteau says in freaking Ratatouille. Anyone can cook, anyone can stream, anyone can make content, anyone can do it. It just takes the determination to be great at it. It takes the drive and the want to be great at it. Which I don't even think I'm great at it. I think I'm decent at it. But I still got a lot of stuff I gotta work on personally. And I know this about me. I got a lot of stuff I gotta work on to make that better. Especially fucking time management. Fucking time management is like my crippling crutch. But yeah. And that's, you want me to be really, really honest. Honestly, anybody can be smart. That's honestly the thing. Anyone can be smart. Anyone can be, like, super intelligent. It just takes the drive and the want to do it. Which, this isn't saying if you don't have the drive and the want to do it, you're dumb. Because for some people, their drive and wants are in different directions. Everyone is smart in something. It's just, what is it that you're smart in? I just have the problem of I constantly want to try to know everything, because that's what my dad drilled into all of us. It was like, every day learn something new, do something new, learn something new. There is no knowledge that is not power, which is a Mortal Kombat quote. My dad fucking loved Mortal Kombat. I know a man did it, but I also know you wouldn't do that, Petch, which says a lot about your intelligence. Wait. Local Dollar Tree moved the wax paper and aluminum foil to the back of the store and left kitchen utensils up front. Okay, I know I said everyone has the ability to be smart. But that hurt me. That hurt me a lot! That hurt me a lot. God, that hurt me. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What is the point of that? What is the point? Never mind. But yeah, no. So, man, that derailed my entire fucking brain. Love how we're having these deep conversations in the background. I hear Mike, the board! Mike, the board, please! Yeah, and right now, this entire time, this is what he's been doing. His ribs have got to be fucking killing him. He's got to be going from laughing to a goddamn asthma attack, as I'm just over here getting on my soapbox to fucking talk about shit. The passion line between stubbornness and intelligence is blurred. I simply refuse to be outsmarted by most things. See, that's me. It's not even like I refuse to be outsmarted by most things. It's I just refuse to be told that I can't do it when I know that if there's a will, there's a way. Honestly, that's where a lot of like the pick up and go for the channel went. I had a moment where like things went really down south for a while. Like, well before I was featured, it was a couple years ago, where things went really down south, and I got called useless. I got told that I would, that this wasn't a real job, and that I wasn't doing anything, and so on. I got told everything under the sun when I was doing really well. But it really hit me, and it put me in a downward spiral for a little while. And then I sat there and I thought, fuck that! She's so good at adapting. Let's see bro play Smash Brothers. Lord help me. But yeah, no, I got told like I was absolute garbage by someone I trusted, by a family member. And I was like, nope. Not gonna get into it. It's a family member that I don't talk to anymore. But they said some rough shit. I was like, you know what? You can probably go fuck yourself, and I'm gonna go do it. And I did. That's where it was about that time the card system came into play. And a lot of shit changed really fast. This is when I was still in the hell apartments. That tells you how far back this was. I've had other moments where I've doubted myself since then. Allowed to throw hands with this family member. You have met this family member. You know this family member. You know what happened with this one. Not everybody here does what Shaman does. And I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into it because it causes drama for other people attached to it that don't deserve drama. Can I still throw hands? No, Shaman, don't. Do not sully your good wholesomeness with that. I just want to talk to this person. But I've had other people do the same thing. I've had other people do the same thing before. And usually, all that does is just make me mad. It's like, fuck it. We're just going to... Like, I don't get mad at that person. I get mad at, like, what I've been told. And just say, fuck it. And then new shit comes into play. And that's just how that always works. Like, it's one of those, like, yet again, it comes down to me. The reason why I can do everything is just because I get determined to do so. I know, for example, I will never walk, but that will be one of my few limitations. Heard Sully and locked in because that's my nickname, aka what most people know me as. Basically, so I'm not to dirty his hands with the situation. I've got to ask, where does the name Sully come from? Like, is it Monsters Inc. or is it something else? Toxic Family says something you know is false. It's almost always projection about themselves, and it was, and they're not great off anymore. They were really great off, and then they're not anymore. Monsters Inc. mostly. Gotcha. Run duos on that one. But it was after that I kind of stopped letting a lot of that shit really affect me, other than just using it as a driver motivator. Like, anytime I get negative comments here and there from people, like, usually it's people that I personally know. I get either negative comments from people I know. Occasionally I'll get something like in a live stream or on a video. It's rare. But occasionally I'll get something somewhere. And all I wind up doing is I write it down and I pin it to a board I can look at. So I can just be like, so I can look at that and be like, okay, so this is what they said I can't do. So I've got to do something to prove that that's false. How's my name tag at work? And people ask me if I landed a plane in the Hudson. Oh, I forgot about that. Lord. But yeah, no, so like I use it basically as a driving motivator. It was like, well, they said I can't, and I know that I can, so I'm going to do it to prove to myself that I can. Because I don't even care if I prove it to them. Most likely, they'll never see whatever it is the fuck I do. Ever. They'll never see it. It won't be a big deal to them. But I will see it. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the game. Sorry, I've gone off on like multiple tangents here. It all starts because I was like, I have to basically channel my inner Kane to do his voice now, because like that feels fitting to me. Yeah, I can give y'all one little tidbit. Okay, so like Do y'all ever wonder how I prep my voices for stream? Y'all will not get a live demonstration of this, mind you, but do y'all ever wonder? Do y'all want to know the secret to how I set up voices for stream? How I set up different characters? Okay. Every single character, after I've found what their voice is and I have an idea of what their voice is supposed to sound like. This is why today my voices are off and why I warned people that my voices were off. And anytime you hear me warn that my voices are off, I haven't done this exercise. But what I do for every character that I voice in a live stream, once I've found a voice for them, which is usually the second or third stream of playing a game, I go out of my way the entire morning the next morning, and I find a song that correlates to the character's voice. Or I find a snippet, a tidbit, a show, or something that correlates similar to the voice I'm aiming for. And if it's like a show or a short or something like that, I wind up basically memorizing it and repeating it like I'm prepping for a stage play. If I found a song for it, I wind up singing the song like 3 or 4 times before I go live. I usually do the ones that like I sing the song like on repeat like 3 or 4 times. It's going to be whichever character I think I will be voicing the most. An example of this, for Tina, I used to always use like a bigger grandiose like announcement voice crossed with Spamton. I would basically make Spamton into an announcer to do this. So the voice I would go to replicate would actually, ironically enough, because he's not a TV individual, would be Alistair from Has-Been Hotel. Specifically, the voice actor that was for the pilot, not the one for the series. So I would do that. And then I discovered Kane. Server the time you're saying high hopes, babe. This goes. Lord, don't remind me of that. That was so bad. It was so bad. It sounded so bad. I was so bad. Lord help me. So essentially, I was crossing Alistair with fucking All Might to do that voice, and then I discovered Kane, and I was like, huh, okay, we can work with that. And I started using Kane for my vocal range setup for Tina. And when I started this playthrough, what I would usually wind up listening to is Kane's Bad Guy song from the series, from Digital Circus. So I'll usually do that to prep for Tina. That makes using Tina's voice a little bit easier. It makes remembering where that vocal registry needs to be a little bit easier. I don't even gotta listen to the full song for it. His first couple of lines for it will usually kind of throw me in place of where I need to be for his. And then with Ralsei, a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm using there is a singer on YouTube who sings English versions of anime covers. His name is Will Stinson. And I will usually listen to some of Will Stinson's work, especially his song Mixed Nuts, which is the first season opening for Spy Family. And then I'll pitch it up just a little bit. Yeah, Spy Family. I'll pitch it up just a little bit to better sit in Ralsei's range. Just because I feel like he needs to be a little bit like just an octave higher for Ralsei. But that's usually what I will do is I'll listen to that. Like there are lots of characters like I'll listen to for that. Like if I'm doing if I'm going to be doing fuck. Lancer. If I'm going to be doing Lancer's dad's voice, I watched like a couple of clips from Inspector Gadget and listened to Dr. Claw. Because he goes, next time, Gadget, next time. And like, that's all I have to hear. And I can situate myself a little bit easier into that vocal range. It's like, there's different things that like I will listen to better get myself, even if it's not exactly on point for the voice. Like Will Stinson's pitch is just a little bit lower than Russell. He can hit that high pitch, but it's a little bit like his normal singing registry is a little less basically put it in a simple term, it's a little less pitchy than my voice for Ralsei. Because Ralsei is a teenager, I pitch him up a little bit more. You know, like I try to get like the puberty sound in his voice a little bit more. I knew I heard Dr. Claw. Yeah, it's Dr. Claw. That's where the voice comes from. Like I've always been able to do that voice, and I didn't even put two and two together where I acquired that voice from until like I was watching some channel that had old cartoons on it at a relative's house, and Inspector Gadget was on. I heard that voice, like that's where I got that from. I didn't even know where I got it from, but like any voice I have usually has like it usually comes from somewhere. I've gotten the idea from somewhere. Like, I'm not that original. Just being real. Using Spamton's voice, yet again, it's taking... Spamton's voice is funny, because, like, a lot of Spamton's voice comes from taking... Spamton's voice is taking Waluigi and crossing it with fucking Alistair. And that's how we get Spamton. Made a bird brain cover. I love his bird brain cover. You do not understand. I listen to that shit on repeat. Just picking a 2-syllable name.
Next time, I'll say next time.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So like, his voice, Hifumi's voice from Danganronpa, and oh fuck, what's his name? The liar, the purple-haired guy. The guy goes, "It's a lie." That guy, like the one that like for the longest time, like everyone's like, "You sound just like him," and I love that. All three of those characters share the same voice. Kokichi, they all share the same voice. It's all just like a different pitch of me taking Waluigi and Alistair from the pilot and slapping those together. That's it. Actually, even before Alistair, what it was actually doing is me taking another song cover that someone had done for Bending the Ink Machine, which was, oh fuck, I can't remember the name of the song, but it basically has somebody else doing, like, the old-timey radio voice, because I heard that before I heard Alistair's voice. It's crossing those two things together. That's how the fuck you get it. You just pitch it up or down. Like, a lot of my voices are just, like, mismatches of other voices I've made. A lot of people don't believe that it's the Waluigi voice that, like, happens for those characters. But when it's literally going, Waluigi #1! Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just me pitching it in one direction or another. Same thing with Lancer. Lancer has basically the Waluigi voice. He has basically my Waluigi voice given a slight accent. That's it. And his is a little bit deeper. I add more nasaliness to his but it's still the Waluigi voice. The only voice that there's only two voices in my entire repertoire that I use regularly that I don't watch or listen to anything to make the voices. I'm kind of surprised this voice got as close as it did to the anime version of this, because I had never seen the anime when people told me I sounded like it. But that would be Monokuma. Monokuma is the only voice that, like,
Oh, he's filled with despair.
the one I use also for Undyne. That is the only voice that, and the voice I'm using now, my theater voice, those are the only voices that are purely I don't have a reference for. That's it. I can just do those. Ta-da! So that's how the process happens. I usually either watch a video that has a voice that sounds similar, or most time I wind up singing something that has a voice that I'm wanting to project out. And since MT mentioned Bird Brain, I've also used his cover for Bird Brain most of the time for Ralsei's voice, most recently. Which is why his voice has changed a little bit, because his sounds a little different for that version. So yeah, that's where it all comes from. For anyone who's ever wondered, like, how I prep my voice for things, once I have the voice in my head, I'll either use that to get into that voice, or I will use that to refine that voice. Because you'll notice a lot of voices, like the first couple times I use them, they're kind of, we're kind of feeling it out, kind of seeing where it's at, and then like a couple streams later, it's a lot more solid. That's where that fucking comes from, is I will find something to help me refine the voice or to stay in the voice longer. Because I didn't used to be able to do Ralsei for long periods of time. It was impossible. There was just no way it was happening. Started listening to Will Stinson's music, and that changed. I could do it all the time because I would sing his versions of songs. My ears have been blessed, right? But do you see what I'm getting at, though, with the Ralsei voice? You take that voice and you pitch it up with, like, a teenager's, like, kind of, like, puberty-stricken vocal cords, and that's how you get that. Ta-da! A look behind the curtain. So, does that make more sense? I hope so. I really hope so. God, I hope so. I have taken many notes. It's vocal warm-up. It helps you warm up a lot to do that. And it helps you sit in that tone. Other things I have to do is, of course, like, I have to make sure right before, like, for like an hour before stream, I can't drink coffee and I can't drink soda. An hour before stream, I can't drink coffee or soda because it'll fuck up my vocal cords. And I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I vape. I can't, like, even when I was smoking cigarettes, I couldn't smoke a cigarette unless I had a really deep voice character coming. Then I didn't really care because it would just do that. But the problem is, if I did that, I couldn't get back into my high voice characters at all. So usually had to completely nix that, and I can't vape 30 minutes before stream. I have to do a lot of these different things just to make sure that the voices come out right. Ooh, get scared. Been working on my room a good bit. My cat tower is getting cleaner. Well, hell yeah. Taking more notes than I ever did in my 3 years of college. I hope it helps. I do. Like, back, like, even like simple stuff. Even back, like, when I was playing Fortnite and playing as Ed and doing more accurate Ed. The first time I played as Ed, because the skin was bought for me, I couldn't do Ed's voice at all. And then I would deliberately start watching Ed and Eddie before playing stream so I could just do his voice. So he'd be like, I love chickens, Eddie! You know, that. I can do that better now because I've had more practice with it and have watched Ed and Eddie recently. There is one other voice that I can do without needing a reference. There's one. There's I don't know why. I don't need a reference to it. I can just fall into it. And it's Dr. Doofenshmirtz. occasionally I still listen to it anyway, but I can just do Doctor Who. I don't know why I can do that one, but I can. Like, no milk, no yogurt. Yeah. That's exactly it. One of the things I remember for vocals for my theater kid days is also not to do dairy before vocal performance. That's the reason why I don't have coffee. I can drink coffee if I drink straight coffee. It usually won't hurt me too much, especially if I drink it lukewarm or cold. But the second I add creamer into it, which I always do, and I have a lot of creamer in my coffee, which is dairy, it completely fucks the vocal cords right before stream. So I don't get to have my first sip of coffee until I'm live. Well, howdy to you too, monkey. But yeah, so that's why we do all these things. That's a really good ad, holy moly. I used to be really bad at it. I'm really proud of myself. I've been practicing that one. Surprised you don't live on Gollum juice or something similar. What is Gollum juice? Am I supposed to just walk around holding a little bottle of juice going,
My precious, my precious, my precious, my precious juices. You can't touch my precious juices.
I haven't heard Gollum in so long, I can't do that voice. I need to, like, I would need to, like, actually sit down and watch the movie again. Sometimes I forget people drink straight coffee. See, I don't like straight coffee. I never have. I've never enjoyed straight coffee. But yeah, and I probably need to get back into the game because it's like 1 o'clock and like I need to get back into the game. So we'll hop back into it. But that's where the different voices come from. That's how I've already explained where the voices come from prior, but that's how I make the voices happen. That's how I can make sure they can happen constantly. So the reason why the voices seem a little off today is I did not get to do that. How much creamer do you use? Okay, so like, think of a coffee as 4 parts. If the coffee is made of 4 parts, it's 3 parts coffee, 1 part creamer. So 1/4 of my coffee is usually creamer. It's usually a sugar-free creamer, but it's still not good for you. Cannot do straight coffee. I'm more of a tea person in general anyway, but coffee without milk or sweetener is just no. Same. Now, pasteurized creamer with a splash of coffee. Minus 1/5 to 1/6. It depends on the coffee. It depends on the coffee for me. Like the coffee that Dude and Kami got me when we moved in here, which was the night before Christmas Pumpkin King coffee, which is my favorite coffee I have ever had, and I'm out of it, and I am super depressed about it. Because it's pumpkin and praline. It's pumpkin, pecan, and praline, which I don't even like pecans, but I love this coffee. With that, it's a 1 to 6 ratio. Because the coffee is good enough on its own. But usually I'm just drinking like super dark, super bitter, super caffeinated coffee, like my Death Wish coffee, which just tastes like bitter. But when I have something where the coffee has a really good taste or aroma to it, then yeah, no, I have less creamer because the coffee can carry its own. But when the coffee can't carry its own, because a lot of times I'm drinking cheap coffee or Death Wish coffee, you need more creamer. We live on cheap coffee in this house. Something that Annie's Circus uses. I've DM'd the recipe before. You probably have, and I've probably seen it, but if it's been longer than a month, I don't know if I'd necessarily remember it. But yeah, no, I definitely need to get back into the game. We've been sitting here for too long today. But yeah, if my voices ever sound off or they sound like they're running too much together, you can probably tell I didn't, especially, you can easily tell if it happens because I'm late. If I'm super duper late, we probably didn't vocal warm up before stream. Let's see. Beep. And today I don't have water on my desk. I have zero sugar Coca-Cola on my desk, which is not helping. Out of all the sodas, Coke's the worst one. Coke is the worst one for vocals. Every fucking time I drink Coke, I can't sing, and voices are not as good as they should be. It's basically hot tea, lemon, honey, and yeah, I remember. I saved the recipe even though I hate tea. Worked great for me. But yeah, no, so like, I've done everything apparently today except for smoke a cigarette to completely fuck my throat. So will rot the teeth too. I already know that. Lord, I already know that. Like, I should not drink as much soda as I do, because I've got a tooth that is completely damaged due to the amount of soda that I've drank, that I've had to have patched up and repaired. So boy, am I familiar. My dentist has ripped me a new one over every time I come in. He's like, "You've had soda again, haven't you?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, you have soda, but you have the ones that are the worst for you." It's like, "Yeah." Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, so we're getting back into it. Wish I could go, but I'm just a big electric box attached to the wall! Though I would look good with a tan. For this board's goal, you'll be aiming to enter the floating Atlanta Stadium. Legend has it, the best way there is our super high budget rainbow bridge. However, the rainbow only appears if two lovers meet at Lover's Cliff. By the way, don't forget to take lots of photos while you're on vacation. Now, we're going to have some real fun in the sun today, so don't touch that tile. Well, okay, you can touch it, just be gentle. God, you! Ew! Like, I had coffee for the first time in a while the other day because dude and I were up early cleaning the garage, and it was caramel frappuccino, so if that gives y'all any idea. Yeah, nope, that sounds like something I would drink. Oh no, the green spring is blocked up. Guess we'll have to squeeze. No, do not make smooches. So we need Lancer for here. Let's see. Over to the shrine.
Oh, a camera.
You got the camera. Proceed to take a picture. Chris, take a photo.
That's me.
Can't you even pose? Dude took one sip and was like, okay, you can enjoy the rest of your coffee milkshake. And see, that's why I love those, because that's all it is a coffee milkshake. Guess it's okay if it's in the game. Take 3 gram photos to reach the ocean.
The plant of spikes hides the forest. It's no rose, but its thorns hold love. green geyser just next door. Who could dig it up? Red Antillion. The red Antillion. The red antlion under the ground. Fangs of youth unearthed with a photo. A flower torn in half. I wonder who took it. The photo, I mean.
Okay, so I gotta remember, do I have to S rank every time I come in here? Or does the fact that I already have S rank mean I'm clear to go back in? Welcome to the island board. Atlantis awaits in the north. But you will need 2 lovers to unveil the Rainbow Bridge. If you occasionally drink coffee, it has to be strict black. Every time. Okay. Who will TV triumph? I love the fact that they're called Pippins because dice have pips. Ooh. Another pyramid. Just kicks it in the water. Sorry, kids, no falling rocks today. A cracked wall, what could it be? Moss on the wall. It was consumed. That's what it means. Okay. Ow. There's supposed to be a rabbit guy that appears here. Oh, didn't told me to wait. Yeah, love will speak. They say when 2 true lovers stand side by side here, the rainbow bridge to Atlantis will appear. But I don't think anyone's coming here for me. You know what that means, kids? Of all 5 chapters patched, which one was the most fun in your opinion? I don't mean weird route, I mean just good route. Honestly, probably probably the 5th one, honestly. Look, guys, I'm lost. I didn't mean to make a shot. Oh, I got a minus for that. You got the rules block. God,
I didn't mean to sell that. Don't take away. Don't take my blocks. I needed those. Good deals, good deals. Rude! Uh-huh. Free, okay. Please buy this boy. He's making me lose my marbles. Lancer. Nine. Aha! You got Lancer. Oh, friendship shouldn't be bought. But if you have to, good you did it dirt cheap. I'll be waiting in your items for some cheap dirt of my own. Dig, dig. I feel like I earned less than I thought. Maybe. We wouldn't dare stiff you like that. Is that a green bath? Leave it to me to get it free. Dig, dig, dig! Looks like I struck green gold. Take a picture for the agent. Banana. Let's see. Ooh. Wait, that's my secret bonus zone. Oh, looks like it's mine now. I keep my short-proof investments. Ha! Digital currency was secure. Lord help me. Come on in. The fresh and fruity jamboree will heal your HP. So we can come back here anytime we need it. It. My antennas are. Sorry, be right back, kids. So it should be easy for you, right? Look over there. Let's go easy. Really? You, Chris, stop trying to hug for all sake. Heat.
You can turn into a surfboard. He said something. Pick you back up after that? No. Ah, that's where I messed up. Nope, my brain went completely stupid on that. There. Boop. Touch item to wear it. Pizza deodorant for nerds. Like Russell, it looks like Chris is trying to tell you. Lord, rude. Chris, do you think I need You know, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure how it would even require such a thing. If it's for you, Chris. I hope this is better. Chris is... Jesus Christ. Let's go read the instruction manual for a bit. Wow, Susie wears ribbons. Chris, you dumbass. Why did you make me do that? Take it off. Nope. Permanent ribbon. Susie, you can't use Chris's controller. Yep. So he's playing as Susie? But would it be confusing? How did I not get that last one? Whoop. There we go. Let's see if they do the game again. She swapped the controller ports. Fine, I'll fix the controllers. Thank you very... Wait a second. Susie, change me back. Come on, just for a bit. It'll be fun. And Chris, don't you want your controller back? You can have a turn. Oh, if Chris says it's okay.
So, Chris, which way should I?
You got the controller, you choose.
Oh, a flare cut in half. This is a photo spot. How do you take a photo? Oops. Look, I got it. Taking photos is fun. It's fun moving around.
You know you can do whatever, right?
I guess so. So used to following. I'm not normally supposed to be a player one.
Hey, why don't we just stay as these characters? Until I find something cool.
If that's okay.
So just wear the ribbon. Kinda, yeah.
Oh, bombs.
Ah! Got it. I'm back. I apologize to the viewers. A lot of unnecessary pain. It was. Yep. There we go. Let's get everybody healed up. Okay, so we have the photos, but I feel like I need to be doing something else before I do the photos. So we can't go back that way yet. Go in here, go down the hole. I feel like there's something I need to do before I go complete the Lover's Quest mission. Got him. Have a good night, Hawkeye. Again. You gotta catch the Noid. I had the Ralsei plushie last night because I said I wanted one. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm a VTuber, I can just have one. I can't remember why we were doing this last time, other than maybe I did this for farming points. So all I gotta do is touch him somewhere in the frame. Showed up. Got him. Yeah, no, I had it last night because I saw a Ralsei plushie on here. I was like, I want one of those in real life. Like, well, you know what? I can have one because I'm a VTuber. VTubers can just have whatever they want on their screens. They're like cartoons. Go. Just need a couple more points. I just need it like 3 more times. So. $3.99 MSRP Ralsei plush, free for VTubers only. Two more times. One more time. I essentially just got to make sure I have enough in case I fail test. And the bunny rabbit gets you the most amount of points. Come on. And with that joke, I'm gonna head to bed. Good night, everyone. Pleasant nightmares. Y'all have a wonderful night. I think that should technically be enough. Just make sure I get everything to be able to get next to where she's at. I have nothing. Oh no. Taking pictures of him gives me negative points. Don't take pictures of him. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. Oh, heal up. With 3 photos, a path opens. The spring green perfume. Antlion. Flower 22. The plant with spikes hides in the forest. It's no rose, but its thorns hold love. Plant with spikes hides in the forest. I don't remember what that is. You unlocked a new raft! Hey Chris, wanna play money-making game? Uh-oh, gigged up. Found the Tropic of Love. Anyone else say that was cool? I kind of did. There's something here. Scared of what? This is a bad earner. He doesn't deserve the fate he gets. He does get it kind of rough.
The secret lawnmower game. It's a lawnmower and it will fly. The timer runs out, get some points. Alright, so it goes this way, hits this straight down, stops here. Better idea. Hit it, goes down, goes straight over here. Goes down. Gotta cut all the wheat. Research. I like Tita pretty good too. Got a little lost. Why don't you want me up there, Tina? Oh, it told me no this time. Under construction, keep out. So what's over here? I said, I swear I didn't mean this much. Come on. I don't want to explore anything. You're really gonna kick out of this. I am! Whoa, what's that there? Ignore that, it's just a leftover. Left. So Susie can't grab that. What was in it? Just back to what? It matters to me, Tida. It matters a lot to me, Tida. Tell me all the things, Tida. Sorry, I had to go explore all the things. I couldn't remember if I'd done that last time I did this. How's it going, Blaze? I hope you're well.
Like the shine of love to guide me. My life is lost at sea with the rain like tears, as salty as the ocean. What? You have someone to show me?
Yes, close your eyes.
Okay, I'll try anything once.
You got Elnina.
The final photo, 3 heroes.
Fabulous, a mugshot of you three criminals. You took my camera, took the moon, and even took the clouds. Now, if you're going to be taking and taking, could you at least take a photo of me? Shut our camera thing. Now, action. Oh. Ow. Cheating! But I do like this gimmick. Oh boy. Up, 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 out. Out! Ah! Out.
Why not use it?
Jesus. Ow!
Oh! Decided to join and take a slight break from fashion framing, coloring, and decorating Warframe to look fabulous. Currently just finished making my music theme Warframe look like Metaton Neo.
That's neat. Hey, how's it going, Garden Deer? Sorry. How do you do, friend? Hope you're well. How have you been? Hope life is treating you nice. I'm not Jack. Different pumpkin. All right, through here. Patch the Jacqueline. I mean, I have a Jacqueline. It's part of me. How is you? I am in dire need of a nap. I'm super tired. Like, mega levels of tired. Like, super tired, super achy today. But other than that, I'm pretty good. Alright, this is it, folks. Come out, you two.
All right, open your eyes. Wow, looks like your game characters are just about to meet at Lover's Peak.
Nino, I'm sorry.
Nina, I'm sorry too. It's okay. We still love each other, right?
Of course. I'm just sorry.
Oops, duty calls. Gotta go, kids. I'll give them a little alone time.
I can't wait. I'm going to the next room.
Oh, well, Nina, I don't know if I want to be here for this. So you must be the X.
Who the hell is that?
I'm sorry. I thought we were. You didn't. So I. Let me sayeth. Let me sayeth. I know. I can readeth the room. Please come hither. Oh, Lord. I remember this part. I don't thinkest thou too should be as apart. Instead, thou shouldst be together with me. I still just can't. I just can't. Because three are stronger than one. But there's two. Because sure, three are stronger than two. And many other numbers, etc., etc. Everyone in agreement just... You'll be with me again if I... You'll be with me again if I... Yeah, okay. We get it. We good. Let's go. He had it. He was so close to making that work. And then he's been thrown. You're damn right. Just yeet. Right in the water. Lord help me. You just gotta pick him up. There you go. It's done. It's handled.
Good job.
You got this. But no, instead, what do we get? We get him doing what he always does. What does he do?
Why must you fail me so often?
Every time. Just lots of buttons. I need lots of buttons. Oh. Cute rainbow. Thou swarms aren't the only battle throuple in town now. What did he say? What? No. Oh. I'm back on to Atlantis. Why is the rainbow so impure? Your guess is as good as mine. It's me talking to my pancreas. How do you feel about Birdsley? Before the weird route, he bothered the hell out of me. During the weird route, he's bothered me, but I feel very upset. It's like, how do you feel about Birdsley? My voice for Birdsley was like, he was always talking like this.
And if you've ever to sit down and listen to somebody who talks like this about their queen, you can guess how much I like this character. I didn't like him very much at all. He was very annoying, and he really, really hurt my soul and my throat to do that.
Yeah, that's how I felt about him. Are you ready to rock hard? Phrase him.
Can we rock soft?
Want to know something sad? Sure. As much as I hate Bradley sending him to work at Dairy Queen was not the plan I had. Same! I'm giving you a second to tell me the sad thing before I hop into this minigame, because once this minigame happens, I'm going to be distracted. He's just lonely and thinks acting superior will make him feel popular and wanted. But he's actually just a super socially awkward guy who doesn't seem to have anyone in his life, not even his own parent. Okay, so you're not wrong. You're not wrong on that, especially when we get to hear more of his backstory, when we get to see more of his character development. Yes, you are right. I will agree with that. I will. But he also... And he's not blind to how the others treat him. No, I do know that. I absolutely know that. I know that. At the same time, it's not an excuse to be that way. It's like, okay, look, I have autism. I have trouble socializing. I have trouble interacting with people. I have trouble reading emotions and reading a room. Even then, like, it would not be right for someone like me to do stuff like that. So, like, I get where he comes from. I get and I understand. Because I've been there. I've been the weird, socially awkward guy. Nowhere near as frustrating, but I have been there. And I get and understand. And he is someone who probably, as time goes on, as he ages, as he matures, he'll be less that. But it doesn't mean I gotta like him in the now. Now, did he deserve what he got? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was distraught with what happened to him. Especially considering he had a slight moment of character growth in that moment. So, like, I don't like what happened to him, but I also, like, during a lot of the things I had to deal with him, I know people like him. I know people like him. So he very much urged me. Let's go for some glam rock. That's right, folks. Get out your lighters and your lighteners, ladies and germs. Because it's time for a crashing, banging, booming, crooning rock concert! Oh, Chris, remember December? Oh, that little musical prodigy. Remember when she'd grab the remote and swap it from cartoons? That wild music video channel tutorial forbid you to see? Guess your mother's never been a fan of alligators in bikinis. That's rocking her guitar and singing along with those nasty, nasty songs. Didn't you all think she was just so cool? Heck, maybe you could get her to come back and watch again sometime. Haha, just kidding. Anyway, are you ready to rock? Instructions again.
Or is it so simple a fax machine can do it?
Want to be his friend to help him grow more, because clearly having people actually interacting with him generally did him some good. And I hope he actually gets actual development outside of just the joke character. I think he will, because like that seems to be how the writing usually goes for this for Toby Fox on a lot of these kinds of things. I think he will get proper character development, at least in the positive story. Their own thing, so ignore their parts.
God damn it, Susie! I love how content Susie looks.
Hey, we make a pretty good band.
Chris, the two of us will need to play perfectly.
All right, sound checks, drums loud, boys, fluffy. Ralsei, got those lyrics ready?
They seem a little inappropriate. Do I have to?
Too bad. Now, audience, give it up one last time. Okay. Mess that one up. Damn. Damn. Ah. Love the Lost Girl motif in my rock song.
Wow, they loved it. I'm starting to feel like a real rocker.
Yeah, that was sick, though. Lucky I was carrying you guys. We barely passed.
Susie, are you serious right now? Well, looks like the band's already splitting up due to a drama. That's how you know we've got a real winner on our hands, folks. Anyway, board's over, so without further ado, let's see those results. I was gonna say I trust the roll say more. I sadly don't at all. I'm more expecting evil. I'm not expecting evil. I'm expecting this is for the greater good sort of plot for him. Not sure. Secret bonus 8, boss. Aha! I'm not expecting him to, like, go completely bad guy, but I am expecting the party to have a problem and possibly split due to things coming to light, I'll say. That's some good news. I now have all zoners and elite smashed. This is the worst part of getting every character into elite. Not because they're bad, but because they're so boring to play. I mean, it depends on the zoner, because, like, I like some zoners. Finally, the game show is over. Like, I love Barth and Lucina. I played the hell out of them. Even if that concert was a bit rocky, playing music was fun. Yeah, it kind of makes me think. We should have our own band for real. Lucina aren't zoners. Weren't they zoners in Melee? Because you have your tipper mechanic, especially with Marth. I mean, Lucina wasn't in Melee, but you know what I mean. It's like, wouldn't the tipper mechanic technically make them zoners because you have to keep them in the specific spot? No, they're sorties. Well, I mean, I know they're sorties. Yeah, he's a sortie, but sorties with their disjointed hitbox, especially ones like Marth, want to control zones when utilizing. He's a zoner. He was always a zoner. As characters who use projectiles with super long range attacks to avoid interacting with your opponent. Yeah, characters like Rob, Inkling, so on and so forth. But I would still put Marth in the zoner category because of his tipper mechanic. Because you're still needing to keep them at the perfect distance for him to do anything. Which, with the exception of Little Mac, I play a lot of zoner characters, and I like zoner characters. Because, like, Rob's like Rob has been a main of mine for a very long time. Yeah, even pulling it up here, it's like sorties are considered semi-zoners by most Smash community anyway. And Marth is the reasoning why most of them are called semi-zoners in the first place because of his tipper mechanic. So you get into your opponent's bubble to fight them. Yeah. Kind of. Like, with any other sortie, yeah, I get that. Especially with, like, Roy, which even though he has a zone he needs you to be in, the zone is right in his fucking face because of his hilt damage. It's where the power of all of his sword is right at the base of his hilt. I would still put Marth. Maybe not Lucina, because Lucina doesn't utilize tipper like Marth does. Like, she's everything that Marth is without the tipper mechanic. But I would still definitely put Marth in there because of the tipper mechanic. We can agree to disagree. Yeah, like, I can admit, like, with many other zoning characters, they are zoners. Like, of course, like, Rob is definitely a zoning character. Inkling is a zoning character. I play a lot of zoning characters. Fucking Belmont, who was the first character I started playing in Ultimate.
Like, I play a lot of zoners. Inkling, Belmont, and Rob. Those were all the characters I got really fucking good with in fucking Smash. Aside from Mac, Mac's definitely not a zoner. Unless you count himself as a projectile yeeting himself off the screen. Have a good night, Soul Reaper. Little Mac has been my main forever. I have been playing Little Mac since Smash 4. I have reasoning for playing Little Mac. The backstory for me playing Little Mac in Smash and why he has been my main for so long was, for one, the very first game I ever played was Punch-Out. That was the very first game I ever touched. I was an EB kid. I was playing, ironically enough, with my cousin Mac. And we used to play Punch-Out a lot. That was a lot of my early childhood, from age 4 to age 6. Played a lot of Punch-Out, a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog, 2 different consoles. I started playing Mac in Smash just because I remember playing Punch-Out as a kid, and that was in Smash 4. And I'd play him because I would enjoy him, but I would oftentimes play other characters, kind of pocketing Mac. And just learning him to enjoy him, having fun with him because he's a boxing character, and I love to watch boxing anyway, and I love Punch-Out, this, that, I had a lot of reasons to pocket the character. Plus, he was just fun, and he was silly until he got nerfed into the ground in Smash 4. Because people didn't like fighting him initially because he was new and people didn't know how to deal with him. It happens with every character, and every character eventually gets that nerf somewhere. How bad it affects them differs between every character. But yeah, it kind of destroyed our boy Mac. While I was playing Smash 4, during the time frame that I was playing Smash 4 and working for a few conventions and helping out a lot of other peeps with convention stuff and helping running the dealer's hall and the gaming room of our local con and donating consoles to help out with that as well. I actually wound up missing my first big Smash event for Smash 4 at my local con, and I missed my convention I was working for. I had to miss everything because my cousin Mac, we talked about it earlier. We didn't talk about Mac, but we talked about this topic earlier, so I'm going to treat it with the seriousness it deserves. My cousin Mac shot himself. He had had cancer in the past, and he survived it, and it came back. And he couldn't go through it again. He couldn't. He couldn't handle it again. I gotta turn off this bad music for this. He shot himself because he didn't want to go through it again, which is awful. And it's not great. Me and my cousin Mac were very close. I was the only one in the family who was really close to him because he wasn't blood related to us. He came in when my aunt got married. So it was always kind of odd with him with the rest of the family. After that day, I became a Mac main. I played in a lot of events, a lot of tournaments, a lot of shows. I'm not the greatest Smash player out there, especially considering I'm playing and maining Little Mac. I was not the best even back then, but I was good. And I would play in events and exclusively play that character, never changing off of him. Didn't have a pocket character anymore. Didn't have a backup. It was just Mac. I made my my player name his name. I made my Smash Little Mac amiibo his name, and I went to standard tournaments and amiibo tournaments with Little Mac and constantly fought in his name for charity events. Any money I made off of any of these things was made for charity. Because I didn't want his memory to end like that. And I didn't want other people to go through what he went through. So if I could do any kind of event that did charities, that would allow me to do charities for suicide awareness, as well as for veteran awareness, because he was military. I would do the events and I would fight, and I would do really well. Any prize money I earned every time I would go to those events, if it wasn't already going to these events to begin with. So that's why I personally play Little Mac. It's why I still play Little Mac. So I still have moments where I will play Smash just to play Little Mac, just to kind of have some of the good memories again. Sorry to just like dropping down stuff so heavily, but I know a lot of people hate on Mac, and I get it. I definitely get it, because Mac can be an annoying character as well as he's a rough character to play. But to me, playing as Mac is worth it. And it's why I will always play Mac. I now that I've had some time to come to terms with things and to kind of to have a couple of moments of closure and to have a better understanding of things, I do play other characters now just to kind of have fun. I learned how to play Rob. I learned how to play Inkling. I got to play characters that pertain to interests that I have. But for the longest time, he was it. He was all that I would play. I would refuse to play anybody else. Didn't matter if I was playing online, offline, did not matter. Because it helped me remember him. No, you didn't rub me the wrong way at all. I thought, because like I felt like I was going to get the inevitable question I get a lot of times, like, why do you play Little Mac? So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and just like knock that right there. Just go ahead and knock that out. No, I do not feel rubbed the wrong way at all. It's the reason why we are having this conversation. We're having a conversation because I feel I don't, it doesn't hurt me to share it. It doesn't hurt me to remember. No, trust me, you'll know if you rub me the wrong way. Don't worry about it. It's all good. No. I don't want anybody to feel like I've been offended or that I'm mad or anything like that. No, that's not why we're having this conversation. I think that these conversations do need to happen from time to time. I do feel like these are important. I feel that people need to be aware of things like mental health and to see the signs in other people as well as to recognize these in yourself. A lot of things go unseen. A lot of things go unheard. A lot of people go unseen and unheard. And it winds up making it where things don't always end well. So that's why these conversations are important. It's why I will have these conversations. Why I don't shy away from these conversations. So yeah, that's all that. You haven't been here very long. This is kind of our standard. Where like I am notorious for like everything's all happy, funny, weird noise, and then whiplash with super serious moments and serious conversations. Because I feel that everyone here deserves to be able to have serious conversations. Sometimes these conversations help peeps here. You know, that kind of thing. As I said, sorry to what I'm apologizing for is not having the conversation or having this moment. My apology is for the sudden whiplash. The tonal whiplash sometimes can kind of suck. So that's what the apology is for. It's just like, hey, I know we're doing this. We're going to veer over here for a bit. It's up about a new controller, and it's going to be 3 weeks till it gets here, so I'm going to train my keyboard and mouse powers. What controller did you get? Well, I was curious what controllers people are getting and using, because, like, in my drawer directly to my left, I have in it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 controllers. PS5 controller, an Xbox Elite version 2, a CandyCon controller with interchangeable faceplates. I think I already mentioned the Switch 2 Pro controller. Actually, no, I have another controller here. Also, I have the 8-bit Do SNES gamepad, and then I have an 8-bit Do standard controller, and then Mizu is currently borrowing my other PS5 controller and is borrowing my Splatoon 3 Pro controller. Yeah, I know! It was an 8-bit Do Ultimate 2. It looks like Ice Blue N64 colors and has lights. I know the controller. Lord, I know the controller. It's a good controller. Hell, I have such an obsession with controllers. My keyboard is SNES themed with giant AB buttons. I love controllers. I play on a mouse and keyboard for a lot of stuff. I've been playing on a mouse and keyboard for this. I honestly probably would have done better than minigame if I played with the controller, but I really like my keyboard. I like how my keyboard feels. I like the noises my keyboard makes. I'm 5. We should have our own band for real. I think you need more controllers, to be honest. Okay, so like if we go across like every controller I own, so we got 2 PS5 standard controllers, the Xbox Elite version 2, the Switch 2 Pro controller, the 8-bit Do standard, their current standard controller, the CandyCon controller with the ability to change all the faceplates, the 8-bit Do SNES gamepad. I have the Monster Hunter Pro controller for the Nintendo Switch 1. I have the Splatoon 3 Pro controller. I have the Splatoon 2 Pro controller. No, had that one. I don't have that one anymore. I have the Razer what for my phone? Kishi, the Razer Kishi for my phone. I also have the Binbot Joy-Cons for the Switch 1 that I absolutely loved and adored. I have 8 modded GameCube controllers. I say modded, but essentially they're just fixed up to be as close to new as you can get them and have custom colorways, because I like those. And I think that's all that I have left now, because I've given controllers to my brother and to a few friends and whatnot who just have had no controllers. Yeah, so I don't have a controller problem, but I absolutely have a controller problem. Anything in 64, fantastic series colors. My brain goes, shut up and take my money. Oh yeah, no, they used to make those as shells for the Switch Pro controller, and I modded a lot of my friends' Pro controllers to have those colorways. For me, I had a Pro controller, a standard Pro controller that I had with the SNES shell and buttons and colorways. Purchase all your controllers for $350. Lord help me.
Okay. Wow, folks, it looks like they've reached the end of our final board. It's sad to say goodbye, but when you gotta go, you gotta go. Mike, roll the credits. How much you want for them controllers? Well, I used to do controllers for people. I have rates for customizing or rebuilding controllers, especially with GameCube controllers. I really like customizing and rebuilding GameCube controllers. So it would kind of depend on what all you wanted done with it. Because, like, I can add, like, notches, like, better notches for the joysticks. Like, I can change out the yellow joystick for standard stick. I have one guy that wanted me to change out his main stick for the yellow stick, which I thought was dumb. It just kind of depends on what you want done. Hell, I can also fix controllers. Controllers are easy. I do that shit in my sleep. The Gold Kit controllers are nice. They just can't wait to switch to from sleep mode. Mine is an older model, so that's probably it. Snapback capacitor, cut springs, and the L&R buttons. Ah, yeah. Deplete as much travel distance as you can. Got a mod chip for my GameCube, and I plan on getting Ice Blue Shell for it as well for the ultimate GameCube experience. See, what I want for my GameCube is I have the indigo purple one. What I want to do is I want to get an orange shell and customize the colors. That's obviously what I'd be using this for. Yep. Yeah, no, that's like not even a day's worth of work. Hell, if you want, I can send you videos on how to do it yourself. It's how I learned. It's not hard. It takes like an hour to do all that. Stop breaking news! Due to your speed, viewer donations have been pouring in. We have met the special incentive.
Incentive?
Yes, the fun meter doesn't lie. The viewers' voices are in. You qualified for the bonus round. Yeah, it was fun, but... You ever play Battle for Bikini Bottom? Man, that's a great game. Also love Tennis Dance. I haven't! You need a soldering kit or something? You will need to solder. It's for the capacitor, for the snapback capacitor, yes, you will need to solder. It's not a hard soldering job, though. Not in comparison to a lot of other stuff I've done in the past. It's not hard. It's fairly easy to do. Yeah, it was fun, but we do kind of have an adventure to get back to.
The dark fountain still needs to be sealed, too.
Yeah, can we just pass this round? Pass? Pass? You mean stop playing? Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to. I mean, it was just gonna be a special board, but alright. Mike, tear down the board, tear down the set. Tear down my house, even. Tear down my kids. Audience, you're gonna have to go home. Please. Please make sure to check out our gift shop.
It's got funny whirligigs.
Tina, we're sorry to depress you, but
Look, I guess if you really want us to play it, you'll play? Maybe just for a little bit. Marvelous! Mike rebuilt the set, rebuilt my kids. We are gonna have a great show for you folks. The best ever.
can we change Susie's name yet?
No, and now a worm from our sponsors.
I suppose we should get ready for the next round.
I'm fine as long as you want to keep playing, Susie.
Last game was wicked fun, but I get the feeling this will keep going until it gets old. Feels bad, but let's go tell him this time's going to be the last, okay, Chris? Star pattern scrolls in the endless pattern. You're filled with the power of tessellation, Lord. Why'd you want to change the name from S, right? I love that the only one changed Susie's and not mine. I mean, what Tina's getting out of this again? Didn't he just want to be loved again? Well, see, that's just it. He's a TV. What does any TV want? I mean, if a TV had emotions it could feel. If a TV had emotions it could feel, what would a TV want? What is a TV's job? What is a TV's main goal in life? It is to be viewed, to be watched, to be not only be loved, but to also be entertaining, to be the center of attention, to be the place where everybody sits around, he's not only wanting it just for love for himself, but just for love in general, because that's what people used to do way back when cable was the main way of going about things. People would sit around the table people would sit around and watch television for any major event. They would sit down and watch television to bond. They would sit and watch television even while eating dinner. You know, all these different things, like all these different moments where people would just spend time sitting in front of the TV and just kind of like hanging out and bonding together. This is what he wants, because this is what a TV is built for. This is a TV's purpose. His purpose is to entertain. His purpose is to be loved by the people that he is entertaining. And it's more than just love, it's his purpose. He wants his purpose back, because his purpose is gone. This is actually kind of like a poke on the fact of like things like streaming and whatnot taking over. This is where he gets abandoned. Everyone just watches stuff on their phone, watches stuff on their computer, watches stuff on the internet. They don't usually sit in front of a TV and watch stuff as much anymore. And they don't have things like cable television anymore. Cable does exist, but most people don't own cable anymore. I don't. I haven't, and Lord knows how long. I had cable for a short amount of time while living with my grandmother and never used it, because I have everything at the touch of a button on my computer, on my phone. The only time I would sit in front of the TV and watch anything is when Mizu and I would, before going to bed, would go into the living room and watch movies on our TV. And that was it. We would do that, and that's what he's wanting. He's wanting someone who will sit and watch him. Because remember, when you look at the description of Tina, when you look at the TV, in chapter 2, at the start of chapter 2 and the end of chapter 2, it just talks about the fact that it's plugged in, but it hasn't been turned on in ages. Chris can't remember the last time he saw the television on. It's covered in dust. The TV has been neglected. Tina's purpose has been neglected by the people that he loves and cares about the most, which are the people that give him a home and gave him his purpose. So that's why he's so upset. That's why he doesn't want people to leave. It's not just so he can be loved, it's so he can have this. Now, there is also all the bullshit he has with the knight and all the shit he needs to do to prep the knight and help the knight out. Yes, he does have that shit built in as well into his character. Another reason why he's doing this. But his main motivation is, as long as he's got people here, he's fulfilling his purpose. He's doing what he wants. He's not alone anymore. We talked about Birdley being a super lonely character, but Tina's probably the loneliest character in this entire series, because he's had no interaction with anybody for years. So a lot of it's don't leave me behind, basically. That's exactly what it is. since we've played through this chapter before, at the end of this chapter, that's the main way we get him to stop fighting with us, is to tell him that we'll watch TV every once in a while again. That we won't, that maybe we'll find him somewhere else new, with someone who can truly give him the attention as well. We work with him to try to give him what he wants, to give him his need. Whenever a voice rules for group playthroughs with my friends, I always add him crying out, "My worms!" in despair at the worm sponsor. I like Tenna a lot. He just needs a hug. See, out of every one of the main villains, I think Tenna's probably the one that I like the best. Don't get me wrong, I like the secret villains like Tenna and, or not Tenna, like Spamton and Jeffel. Like they have their spots and da-da-da. And Queen is one of the best written and funniest characters in the entire series. But Tenna's probably the one that I like the best. I like his personality the best. I like what he's after. I understand what he's after. He's wanting his purpose. I mean, honestly, I could be very easily put in Tenna's shoes, being a live streamer, because eventually there could come a day where nobody watches me. It's a scary thought. It's a thought I've had to think about and had to come to terms with. As a streamer, people leave all the time. You gain new members of your audience and you lose old members. This will happen. Eventually, there's something that pulls peeps away. Not everyone may leave, but a lot of people do. And hopefully you get new peeps that you can entertain. But my job in life is to make people's day suck a little less, to make people laugh, to make people smile, to entertain people. That's the purpose that I have come to claim as my own. So out of every character I can possibly relate to in this series, Tenna's probably the closest. Because I could just as easily be the TV gathering dust. I've had those moments. I've had those scary moments, like when we have like just a few viewers watching something because I started too late or I played something that no one cared about. I've had those moments. They are scary and they do suck. So I relate and understand Tenna probably better than a lot of people think. You know? Because just like Tenna being left behind in his own house, I don't want to be left behind by my audience. It's why I strive to do new stuff. We have to jump up and do the sing and song and dance to make sure that we still have new stuff to keep people entertained. It's why whenever I have a game that has tons of voices, it's why I voice every character that I can instead of just reading off the dialogue. It's stuff to help keep people entertained, so via a, I guess, selfish kind of way, I can still be needed in some capacity. You know? Now, I'm not saying this for people to like feel bad or feel sorry or anything like that. No, it's just something I've come to terms with. It's something that like I have come to understand about myself. And I've gone through great strides to make sure that like I don't make that like my entire everything in my life, But I've had moments where it was because of stuff just like this. You know? I think every content creator can probably very heavily relate to Tenna, even if they don't immediately know it or think it. Hell, the only reason why I've realized it is because I've been deep diving into a lot of the characters and their personalities, trying to figure out more about them while trying to dig up like what information and lore I can for how far I've gone in the game without trying to spoil myself. If that, I hope that all makes sense. To me, that all makes sense. Now, I am going to say we are probably about to end because it's 2:30 now. We're going to start where we started today. We'll do that tomorrow, where we're going to start basically. We're going to start we're gonna start with the sword drop parts again. Thanks for stream. Well, thank you for watching, Zach. But yeah, no, this has been like a very deep stream in comparison to other streams I've done recently, and I'm sorry. You are welcome, Spaghetti. I appreciate all of y'all that sit here and make this possible. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have the purpose that I do. Sorry I was late, but either way, you stay safe, everyone. I never apologize for being late. It's like, I tell people this all the time. It doesn't matter if you're late, doesn't matter if you're early, doesn't matter if you're here every day or if you're here like maybe once in a blue moon. I just want to be here when people need that moment of reprieve, that moment of escape for even just a little while. I always tell people, it's like, I can't. If your day sucks, come here and we'll make your day suck a little bit less. I can't guarantee I'll fix it, but I can at least make it suck a little less. We're the nicotine gum of YouTube. I'm sorry, we're not going to be all like, dude, what the fuck? This guy has emotions? I've dealt with that a lot in my life. I've dealt with a lot of people that have done that to me. It's like, oh, emotions, ew. And not want to deal with that. Especially considering I don't emote well to begin with. Having autism, emoting and showing emotion and understanding how it works and understanding my own emotions is difficult. It's very difficult. Big emotions hurt a lot mentally. Wait, Pache has emotions? That's concerning. It should be making tacos. I want a taco. Lord. But yeah, no. I'm used to dealing with that. And I've gotten better about it. Now I'm hungry. I'm hungry to tacos. How's it going, Fuzzy? How dare the person in the tiny screen have actual feelings? No, I've had toxic relationships that don't handle it well. I also come from a military family that was very much of like, you know, do the man thing. Men don't cry. Men don't do this, that, and the other. I was taught a lot of positive things, and I had a lot of positivity for masculinity in my upbringing. But there was also a lot of toxic upbringing in my upbringing that I've had to unlearn. Emotions, family drama are a constant in my life. Past few years, I'm used to condos like this, or convos like this, even though I suck at communicating as well. Like, I'm like, Lord, I understand. I'm awful at properly reaching out. I get yelled at for that a lot. He yelled about my friends. My friends are like, if you need something, you should come to us. Don't just sit there and try to do it on your own. In Garden Deer, we're happy that you have found us. We are happy to have you. You're always a very positive beam in a stream. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah. But that's also why we have these serious conversations, where we have these serious ones, where we sit and we talk and we hang out and we just kind of see how everybody's doing. Because I kind of feel like the world needs more of that too. Because the world sucks right now. It does. We all, like, no matter what walk of life you're on right now, the world sucks. And it just seems to just keep getting rougher. So if I could be that one moment in the middle of a sucky day that kind of fixes that, that's all I really want out of life. Well, that, and to make sure I can still pay my bills and eat food. But I could also say I'm also very lucky in my life. I have my dream job. doing something I love, even though I never thought this would be my job. It became my dream job because I love this community. I love the peeps here. I have the world's best and most beautiful wife, which is the ultimate support that anyone could ever ask for, who's always there for me, who's always there to pick me up when I'm down, and to encourage me to keep moving forward. Someone that makes sure that makes me want to make sure I wake up every morning to help her smile in any which way that I can. I have fantastic friends. I have an amazing community that makes me want to work hard. That makes it very easy to fight those sad days and those depressive days. So I'm very lucky. I am one of the luckiest people to ever exist on this planet. And I greatly appreciate you guys. Lord, I'm sitting here getting sappy and it's getting late. It's almost 3 o'clock. I've got to get to bed. I've got to get up early in the morning and take Mizu to work. And I've got to get meal prep done so Mizu has dinner when she gets home. And I've got to do the Discord stream tomorrow, which I'm planning on starting around 1. It'll probably go for about 3 hours or so. So once afraid of streaming myself because I didn't know if people ever wanted to experience the games alongside me. As a kid, I always had to pretend I was playing with someone since I was usually alone. And to be able to share these experiences with my peeps has brought light to my life as well. See, that's what we like to hear. That's what streaming should be. That right there, what you just said right there, is exactly what streaming should be. Don't believe in yourself, believe in me. Believe in the CGN who believes in you. Lord, the amount of times I've had to say that to peeps. It's okay if you don't believe in yourself. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. If you can't believe in yourself, believe in those around you who believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you. If you can't believe in you, believe in everyone else who does believe in you. And you'll go far. What's the Discord stream going to be about? I'll probably still be passed out. Okay, so the Discord streams, all they are is for peeps that are members on YouTube or subscribers on Twitch. And what they are is essentially just a kind of a look behind the curtain. I'll be streaming on Discord the stuff I'm building for stream. So I'm not playing any games or anything like that during the Discord streams. They're just kind of getting to see how, basically it's a moment to see how the sausage is made, basically. They get to see how, like, it's not like I usually do these teaching streams, but this one isn't even going to be teaching. Though be it, if I do get asked how to do things, I will easily tell people how things are built or made or this, that, I'll show the process. But essentially, it's just me, basically people get to have a first look at what's coming to stream before it hits stream. If I were to get big, I'd be able to donate to those in need, help my friends, family, and live a life alongside everyone. That's my biggest dream. You're not yapping too much. No, that's you are not. I encourage people to talk. I want people to tell me whatever they want to say. Also, like you said earlier, you were learning about me through hearing all this. Well, now I get to learn about you. And I definitely feel the same on that. Like, I'm not big now. I have a little over 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we have a couple hundred here over on Twitch as well. And that does not mean that I'm big by any stretch of the imagination. I'm actually still relatively small. Luckily, thanks to my community being the amazing peeps they are, I make enough to cover anything that I need to cover for my portion of stuff. But one day, if I ever am big, which I don't know what the hell I will do with myself if I am, because, like, Lord, I've had big live streams. I don't really know what to do during those. I panic a lot because a lot of freaking people. Those few streams where we've had over 100 people in streams, horrifying to me. Lord, help me. But, if I ever did become big, that would be what I would do. I would just support peeps. Take cover. Bits are flying everywhere. I'm helping. Fuzzy. It's so hard to chat for Fuzzy. I fucking appreciate you, my dude. Lord help me. Thank you everyone for supporting Patch. You're all truly golden. Yeah, I think what peeps really need thanks for is supporting the community as a whole, because they don't just support me here. There are fellow streamers that they support. They support peeps that are just here to chill. Everyone here supports everyone here. It's weird. I don't do the parasocial shit. I don't jump into like the deep parasocial shit. But our community is, I hate this line, especially when it comes to work. Don't take this the wrong way, but it is a lot like a family. It's a community. The peeps here take care of each other. They help each other grow. They help each other move forward. Become better peeps, become stronger peeps. I've always hated using the term like, oh, we're a family, because you'd always hear that, and like, I worked retail for a very long time, they would always tell you that, we're a family, da-da-da. I would always hate that, because like, no, because you could fire me tomorrow. I mean, that's kind of like a family. My family could fire me. That's what a community should be. It's the type of place I wish to create as well. Well, I believe you have the potential to do it. You already got some good peeps over there. You've brought some of those cool peeps over here. So you definitely got the capacity for it. You definitely got the ability for it. You just got to keep pushing forward. I'm working on some stuff that's going to be changing stuff. I don't think you've joined our Discord yet. What I'm going to be doing tomorrow while I'm working on stuff in the Discord, because I'm going to be streaming to the Discord. The processes I'm doing. You're a subscriber here over on Twitch, so join the Discord. Watch the thing. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. Whether it be a technical question or it be just a community growing question or anything else. We're a family. Dad, why are you tying my train? Why are you tying me to the train tracks? Lord help me, I'm everybody's like dad in this house. Anytime there's a dispute, they come to me. Anytime anytime something's broken, they come to me. Anytime they need something fixed, they come to me. We go to conventions, I'm the con dad. Dad, I'm hungry. Well, eat something. Go get a taco. Or make a taco. Ooh, homemade tacos. Yeah, no. Can we get a link to Discord in the Twitch chat? Taco Bell's closed. It's 3 a.m. Ah, poopy. Feel free to join the Discord. You don't have to. Hi, Hungry. Patch's dad. Oh, that was good. That's bad. That was good. But yeah, you don't have to join if you don't want to, because like I do know that I'm iffy on joining like Discords because I'm already a part of so many. I heard this patch is dead. I mean, the amount of times I've been legally declared dead twice. So it's not too far off. I've survived many things that should kill me on top of that. Lord ain't made a mac and cheese taco in a hot minute. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, no. If you want to, you can join, and if you want to, because you're a subscriber here, we'll get you added into the VIP section. It's been kind of quiet in the VIP section because I haven't been doing enough of my job there. Hence the reason why we're doing this. I'm going to be showing peeps how stuff's made and all this, that, and the other because I feel like since they're helping support me, I need to give a little bit more back. Actually, sounds good with taco meat. Actually, it is. And it makes an awesome taco. Lord fuck, does it make an awesome taco? Yeah, feel free to join. But I'm going to go ahead and call it here for the night. I need to get some rest. I also need to eat a little bit more because all I've had for dinner was a sandwich, and that was right before stream. Alright, peeps. As you all know, this has been Patch Hallows. Ready to keep your spirits high and your lanterns lit. Tomorrow we'll return here for another bit. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, pleasant nightmares. Have a wonderful night.